Okay, it's now 5:40 p.m. and on a Sunday in May. Me and Ian, we decided we got bored and we decided to shoot some sunsets at the Labrador Park in Singapore now.
So the sun is quite harsh now,
Yeah.
so I can't really open my eyes. But we're gonna try to do some landscape photography today because the weather is surprisingly good for a change. Yeah, you can see the sky is actually blue.
Yeah, it's not so cloudy. So fingers crossed we can catch a sunset later.
Yep.
So yeah.
So what are you using today?
Today I'm using my trusty Canon R5 Mark II, and unfortunately this was a last minute impromptu meeting, so I didn't bring my 100-500 out.
Why are you using a telephoto lens today? We're taking landscapes today.
Why not? Landscapes can also shoot 70-200, man. No one said you had to conform to landscapes with a wide angle, man. Hey,
So I'm gonna one up him today.
he brought a freaking 200-600.
So I got 200-600.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what kind of telephoto landscapes we can do for a change.
Yeah, and maybe maybe you might want to consider whether you need a super telephoto in your collection of lenses lah.
Yeah. So the question of the day is, why do you need a telephoto lens for landscapes? Well, you can see behind me there's this little cliff, this outcrop over there. Some little houses, I don't know what they are. I think some bunkers or I don't know what lah. So we're going to try to get some close-ups because we can't actually go there. So we're going to use this and we're going to use his 70-200, and let's see the difference between a 70-200 and a super telephoto like this 200-600.
Okay, so unfortunately I feel like a 70-200 is quite short lah. But we'll just make do. So now I'm looking at this, I don't know, bunker sort of stuff. And we're going to try shooting it at my maximum focal range, which is 200mm. And I'm going to set it at f8. And let's see how well this looks.
As you can see, I've mounted my camera very precariously on this ledge, on this metal railing over here with the Telephoto MC100. The MC100 does take the weight, but I don't know whether this thing is solid enough because it might shake a bit as the wind blows. But let's try and just get the photos and see what kind of results we get. Okay, so what are you trying to do?
Now I'm looking towards that horizon where there's like lots of chimneys, and I'm trying to get like maybe like one of those boats in, and then kind of make some kind of foreground and background thing. So we're gonna try shooting, and yeah, let's see how it turns out. Yeah, 200mm, yo.
Not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. Canon can sponsor me a 200-800 or maybe a 1200mm f8. Thank you in advance.
It's a bit rare to be able to find such a nice place. We can look at the sea, especially in Singapore, where all you see is people.
Under the sea.
So anyway, yeah, so what I feel one of the benefits of using a super telephoto to shoot landscapes is that you can bring your far objects quite close, and things that would otherwise be impossible to shoot are now possible to shoot. You can also play with the multiple layers if you can to get a lot of complexity in your shot, where you have foreground, midground, background, and you can have a lot of them because this is a super telephoto. You can stack it. And yeah, I like the look. It's an interesting look that you don't get often because not many people use a super telephoto so often. So the, how to say, not really perspective distortion, but the field of view is very, very small. So what you see is a very, very interesting photo sometimes if your subject allows for it.
Yeah.
So have you faced any problems with telephoto shooting?
Okay, yeah, so telephoto, right? Like what Ian just mentioned, it's a very tight field of view. So you need to know what you want to shoot before you try to own a super telephoto. Do you really need a super telephoto? If you really need, you shoot birds, there's something that's all so small, so far away from you, you need it to bring it closer to you, then yes, by all means, go ahead, get a super telephoto. It'll definitely dramatically improve your shots and your photos. If you want to shoot something like compression, all this, you definitely need a super telephoto because it will just bring your subjects nearer to you, and it's good to have. I mean, it's not a necessity, but if you have the cash and the means,
and
go
the
for it.
best thing when you bring this out, right, is that you look super professional when you turn up on a shoot, right?
Yeah, but it's
This-
like Dude, it's like so heavy and big. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you can get like a compact one, I mean, Canon offers like super telephotos at like this size. I mean, it's extendable. It's external zoom, but it's alright. I think
But
it
it's not
works.
200 to 600.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100, 500. It works. It works. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now time to talk about some of the drawbacks of using such a large lens. Obviously, the elephant in the room is that it's a large lens. It is very hard to bring about. You need a very big and large bag. So I think Uncle Chong can show his backpack over there. You need something like that to fit this kind of lens in.
Yeah, so you need
this
like...
is the scale of the lens that you'll be carrying about. And it's kind of heavy. This whole setup weighs about 3 kilos.
Yeah. Okay, so this bag I'm using is the PGY Tech Focus one.
One Pro
Focus.
Yeah.
So it's a 35 liter. You can put a lot of things inside.
Yes.
Great for birders. If you like to have a lot of telephoto primes, 600, 400, 28, 600 f4, 800, 5.6. I don't know, maybe a 12,000, 1200.
I don't think the 1200 can fit. You must remove the body, I guess.
Yeah, you have to probably remove the body, but I'm pretty sure you can fit most lenses inside and a few bodies inside.
So the main problem is the size and the weight. If you're not fit, I'm not super fit, but this thing still weighs quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's also bad for your posture because you know when you're not fit, then you like lean like that, then that's not good for your back. And another problem with this, right, is that you need a sturdy tripod. So the tripod he has is that travel tripod. So when you're using a long focal length like 600 millimeters, right, and you use a small tripod like that, it's gonna vibrate and you're gonna get some sort of shake.
Yeah.
Because this is just not stable enough to dampen the vibrations from this heavy load over here. Alright, so when trying to handhold this lens, you need to be quite aware of the shutter speed and camera shake. So usually people recommend 1 over your focal length as your minimum shutter speed. But you can get away with a little bit more. With this body and with this lens, with OSS or IS, you can probably get away with maybe 1 over 250 handheld for a sharp shot when you're at 600 mm. You can even try lesser than that if your body allows it, but try to take more shots because your mileage might vary depending how shaky your hands are. Also, another limitation of having a 200 to 600 mm lens is that if I'm trying to take a portrait of that boat over there, it looks super small, right? But I can't actually frame it at 200. I don't get the whole boat in. So I need to wait until the boat gets further out. Then I can sort of frame the whole boat in. So you can see the extreme small field of view because we are here at 24 mm and you can see the boat is tiny. But when actually you use a 200 mm, it's actually quite close up.
Okay, another problem with super telephoto or telephoto in nature is that when you get further and further, you zoom out further and further away, you experience something called heat distortion, also known as heat wave. So this heat wave, because your surface is emitting heat, so you'll see a lot of wavy patterns. These are called heat waves. This can distort your image. So you might actually think that your lens is actually shitty, but actually it's not. It's just because of natural phenomenon. So the longer your focal length, the more prominent the heat waves are going to look out. So this is something to keep in mind. So if you're going to shoot like, I don't know, things that's very far away, maybe birds, do keep in mind that heat waves can occur and it might actually affect your image quality. So try to shoot during cooler hours rather than the hot days of the time. Yeah.
Alright, so another consideration when it comes to telephoto lenses is that they're generally not the cheapest lenses that you can buy. As a beginner, intermediate, I guess this will be on the higher end of the price bracket of lenses that you will consider. So how much would a normal 70-200 be costing you roughly?
Okay, a 70-200, there's two kinds. You want to go with a budget option, which means you get an f4. Or you could get a 2.8, which costs like probably double the amount.
Yep.
Yeah, so it really depends. Do you need the 2.8? If you really think you need it, I don't know, events sort of stuff, the 2.8 is really gonna come in handy. The extra stop of light is gonna do something to your image, it really pop.
But if you're just shooting landscapes like this, I think f4 would be good.
Just get an f4 if you're just gonna shoot landscape. Either way, you're gonna stop down. You won't be like shooting wide open one.
Yeah, and it's lighter and it's easier for you to bring about also.
Yeah, it's smaller, lighter, everything. The price is cheaper too. Just save yourself some money.
And if you're not shooting sports and you don't need high FPS, if you're on Sony or other systems except Canon, you can buy a Tamron or Sigma.
Yeah.
That will save you quite a bit, but it's still in the thousands range.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's still
not
super cheap.
beginner friendly prices, but yeah, well, if you have the cash, so why
I
not?
would advise you to maybe rent or borrow one first before you actually commit to buying one.
Yeah.
Because the idea of having a telephoto is very nice, but actually using it is something that you have to try for yourself. If not, you will never understand the weight, the stability when you handhold, and the other considerations over there lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna chill for a bit. We're waiting for the highlight of the day, which is taking a super telephoto of the sunset. Yeah, so that's what we aim to do today, and we're gonna get it done. One more thing about lenses, if you feel bored that your lens looks white, you can buy these strange ass things to stick on your lenses.
It's called a sticker.
Can make your lens.
It looks cute.
I don't know. It looks like a baby's toy. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about it. You can comment below.
I think it's cute.
Okay, so it looks like nothing. There's no sunset, but actually the sun will be very small, and only with a super telephoto can you capture a very nice sunset, a very nice round sun, even though it looks like crap. Okay, thanks for watching till here if you're still here. It's been fun using these super telephoto lenses. I managed to skip a day at the gym because I carried the lens quite a bit today, and hope you enjoyed the photos. We usually enjoy shooting with the telephotos. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, my one very light. My telephoto is like the lightest in the market lah. So not so sure about yours.
Yeah. So now I kind of regret going home with it because I got to carry this home. Yeah. So hopefully next episode we will get an actual expert to teach you guys how to use a telephoto lens properly. And yeah, let's make it more educational.
Yeah, man.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.